Hey everyone, it's Ken here from Northern Viking Everyday. Today we're going to be unboxing this Intel Arc A770 16GB limited edition graphics card. We'll open it up and show you what you get in the box. We'll look at some of the minimum requirements to run this graphics card. I'll show you what it looks like in my system, and then I'm going to run a Heaven benchmark test so you can see what kind of results I'm getting with this graphics card. If you are interested in this card or any of the components I'm using in this build, I will have them all linked below in the description, but let's go ahead and dive right into it. So this is the Intel Arc A770 16GB graphics card, very Intel looking box here, a little bit of texture going on around the outside. Now there's not a whole lot of information on the box, it's pretty plain Jane, other than all of the minimum requirements here on the back. So let's take a closer look because this is important. Of course you need an X16 PCIe slot. Now a minimum of 600 watt or greater power supply with one 8-pin and one 6-pin power connector, a minimum of 8 gigs of RAM, 16 is recommended, and a minimum of a 10th gen Intel Core processor with compatible motherboards supporting resizable bar. If you are using AMD, a 5000 series or select 3000 series processor and compatible AMD Ryzen 500 series motherboard supporting smart access memory, and a minimum, of course, of Windows 11 64-bit or Windows 10 64-bit. Let's go ahead and open this up. So let's open this up here. And there it is there, the Intel Arc A770. We'll have a closer look at that in a minute. Up here at the top, it says, let's play. There's some paperwork. Let's have a closer look at that. Thank you for choosing Intel Arc Graphics. A little decal here that you can put on your PC case. And it looks to be some more product information there. And let's have a look at this graphics card there. Wow, gorgeous. It's heavier than I thought it would be. A fair bit heavier than I thought it would be. Two fans here at the top. A really nice matte black finish on there. Wow, that's gorgeous. Really sleek looking. On this side here, it says Intel Arc. And you've got your connectors here, your 8-pin and your 6-pin. And there's a little rubber flap here, and I think behind that, that's where your RGB cable goes for the lighting. So there's a lighting strip around here, and I believe here on the top as well, Intel Arc limited edition. That side doesn't really have anything on it. And then here, of course, your PCIe connector, little rubber cover. Looks like that. Let's have a look at the end here and see what connectors it comes with. We've got the Intel Arc logo there, and we can remove these rubber stops. We've got an HDMI connector, and I believe 3 display port connectors there on the back. I do wish it had 2 HDMI instead of 1, but I have an adapter, so that'll be just fine. So let's have a closer look at what else is here in the box as well. It looks like there's a little box here, and I believe in this box is the RGB cable. Let's have a quick look there. Yep, so that plugs into your graphics card and then into your motherboard. I'm gonna go ahead and install this graphics card here in my PC, and then I'll show you what it looks like all lit up. So I've got my Intel Arc A770 all installed here in my system. Pretty easy to install, and it's got that really nice RGB lighting around the perimeter there, up top and below in the fans, and it's fully customizable with the Intel Arc RGB controller software. So we're gonna actually jump over to the Heaven benchmark test here and do some benchmarking so you can see what kind of results I'm getting. Now my system is running an Intel 13th gen i7 13700K with 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM at 5600 megahertz, and I'm pleasantly surprised with the results I got here. So the frames per second is 326.3 and a score of 8219, and the minimum frames per second was 50.2 and a max was 600.6, and this is on the high settings in 1080p here in Heaven benchmark. And just for your reference, I did run a Heaven benchmark test on the exact same system with the same settings on an RTX 3060 so we could compare them, and the results were surprising to me. The RTX 3060 came out a fair bit lower than the Arc A770, so frames per second 237.9 versus the 326.3, and the final score of 5992 versus 8219. And again, that's comparing the RTX 3060 with the Intel Arc A770. So hope this unboxing and Heaven benchmark test did give you value. If it did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also remember to connect with me on social media and subscribe here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.